Hello, hello, beautiful people. Welcome, welcome. Today we are going to be talking about natural coverage with Seint Beauty products and techniques, tips, all the things of how to achieve the most flawless, beautiful natural look without having to compromise that 3D look, that second skin, the depth in your face. You can still achieve all of those things without just washing your face out in like a tinted moisturizer and only using that. So when I kind of surveyed people recently, it seems that most people are looking for a more natural look, which I think is great. Personally, I'm kind of like, I would consider myself in the middle. I love a natural look day to day, and I love enhancing my own unique, beautiful features. And then there are definitely times where I love to go more full glam and fun. So I'm kind of in the middle there, but I do think it's important for everybody to learn those natural techniques because you are all created so beautifully. And I think it's just really important to know how to just show off, as your natural beauty with just, covering up a little bit imperfections, because we all have things that we don't like, and that's okay. Okay, so if you're new around here, I am an artist for Seint Beauty. It is a makeup line formerly known as mascara. So Seint, why it's different than other makeup companies is because we offer a 3D foundation. So I'll kind of show you my compact. They are magnetic tins, and the difference is that we're purposely putting colors in certain areas of our face. Whereas traditional makeup with like a powder or a cream, you're kind of like putting one layer over your face. You're applying a foundation over your face, and then you're coming in with contour, and then you're coming in with blush, and you're coming in with concealer. And this, we're not doing that. We're not applying layers. It truly acts as a second skin. It's a cream foundation, so it just moves with your skin. It hydrates your skin, and it's not meant to be placed upon layers. It's really great for all ages because it's really great for mature skin. It's really great for young skin. It's just very versatile in both the products that we use and just the longevity of it. So I'm really excited to share with you. Today we're going over natural coverage. So I'm going to be using my palette. Everything comes in magnetic tins, like I said. So this is my compact. These are lip and cheeks. And if you're ever interested in getting color matched, I can color match you to your perfect shade. So just know that as I'm kind of telling you about my colors. Thanks, Liz. As I'm telling you about my colors, know that you would maybe have a different color and I could get you with those perfect tones. So today I'm going to be focusing on one of my favorite brushes. This is called the Blend Brush, and all of our brushes are specifically designed for this cream makeup. And they're all double-ended, so you're really getting a nice bang for your buck, okay? So this is the Blend Brush, and it's very fluffy. So that's really, really why it's so great for natural coverage, because you're going to use more dense brushes. I can even show you, like, this is the Buff Brush, and see how it's more dense compared to this? So this is really great for more full coverage, especially if you have, like, a lot of acne going on, or you just prefer, like, more of an airbrushed full coverage glam look. And then this is a lot more fluffy. We're going to use a light hand and a fluffy brush, and that's going to help us achieve that really beautiful natural coverage. Okay, so I'm going to get started. So dipping into my compact, the really great thing about these last so long because you need such minimal product. No matter, and that's not just for natural coverage. Like, even if you're going full glam, you still can use very minimal product. So I'm going to start with my contour because unlike a lot of other makeup out there, in fact, maybe all of it, separate from this, our contour applies coverage. So we can start with that so we're not creating layers on our face. So I'm coming in with my brush and I'm just lightly dipping it in there. And for natural coverage, remember, we want to keep a soft hand. So for my contour, we are using this to enhance our face's natural shadows. Okay, so our face has natural shadows. Our face is not one skin tone, so we don't want to wash it out with just one color. We want to really bring that 3D dimensional look, okay? So I put just a little bit of product you can see on the brush. And I'm going to first put it under my cheekbones, or like right on that cheekbone line. So I don't want you to just watch me and say like, okay, she's putting it right there, so I'm going to put it right there. I want you to feel for your cheekbones because we all have different structures in our face, and God created us to be all so uniquely beautiful. And I want you to enhance that about you, not do what I do, okay? So you're going to feel for your cheekbone, And right at the bottom of it, you'll notice how it starts to get squishy right here. That's where you're going to stop. And you're not going to go directly under it because then we tend to like kind of get too low. We want to keep our face lifted. So you're going to go right at the bottom of that cheekbone and you're just going to start to lightly brush that on. Now I will say with a lighter brush, you do need to come over a few times just because we are picking up such light product. Okay, but we don't want to create harsh lines. But the thing about cream makeup is you can blend it out. If you put too much in, it is not a worry. Okay, so I'm just lightly dabbing in. And so you'll notice I'm coming right where I felt at the bottom of that cheekbone, up into my temple a little bit. And then I'm kind of rounding out. This is especially great to do if you have more mature skin. However, it's really great for anyone because if you've ever pictured, like, if you've ever been in an anatomy class and you've literally looked at a skull, the cheekbone kind of rounds out at the end. Okay, so we want to follow our face's natural structure. Okay, so we're coming in there and just lightly blending out. This is completely up to you. Sometimes I come in and I just kind of place things on my face and then I come and blend later. Or you can blend as you go. So it's really up to you. So I'm coming in, natural coverage on those cheekbones. And for me, I didn't feel this side because I'm just really used to this by now. But if you are just first starting out with this makeup, I recommend that you do feel out both sides. Just because as much as we like to think we're like perfectly symmetrical, we're not, and that's okay. And so just feel for that. Like I said, I'm going up my temple, and so I'm rounding out, just following the natural curvature of that cheekbone. Okay, so cheekbones is one area we want to contour. Then we want to contour along our hairline. So our hairline kind of creates that natural shadow, and that's why we do that. So going through the temple, notice I'm keeping a soft hand, and I will say, this makeup is known for being super, super quick. You can literally achieve a really great look in 5 minutes. When you're first starting out, I don't recommend like trying to rush through it just because, especially what you'll notice when you're rushing through is like creating a heavier hand, and especially with a nice, pretty natural coverage, we don't want to do that. We want to keep a nice soft hand. So go ahead and just take your time. You know, you'll get used to it and it'll be better. So coming in and just creating those natural shadows. So we did cheekbone, we did hairline. Jawline is optional. I like to kind of do it sometimes I don't. I really don't have a reason. If you like a more chiseled jawline, or if you're, you know, days you feel like you are more bloated, maybe it's a good idea. And then completely optional, but I do like to contour my nose. I'll be honest, my nose is not one of my most favorite parts of my face. It's pretty squishy. It has, so if you can see, it has a lot of extra cartilage. That's always like my fun fact when, you know, you're like introducing yourself to a room. They're like, oh, what's a fun fact? I'm like, I have a really squishy nose. With COVID, I don't really let people feel it because that's just kind of a no-no right now. But I have before let people feel it. Anyways, okay. So if you want to contour the nose, the purpose of this is just to make your nose look a little slimmer and just highlight the front structure of your nose. So you can just lightly come in and do that. And don't worry with your contour. Like I said, I think it's personally good to start off with your contour just because it does provide coverage. But don't worry when you're doing that if like things aren't like perfectly blended out, even if you are blending as you go, because I promise it's all going to come together. It's all going to come together. Okay, so contour, cheeks, hairline, and jaw, and then nose is optional. We're going for a natural coverage, and we're using this fluffy, beautiful blend brush. Okay, so after I do my contour, I'm going to come in with my dark highlight. Now, your dark highlight that you would be matched with or are matched with is to cover up redness. So our contour is focusing on enhancing the natural shadows in our face. Our dark highlight is going to come and even out our tones of like redness or discoloration. So a lot of people have redness in like their T-zone. So chin, cheeks, up here. So that kind of neutralizes that out. But it's meant to be wherever you have redness. Okay, so right now, in these cold winter months, my personal dark highlight is Candlelit. Now, like I said, that might not be what yours are, but I can color match you perfectly. So I'm going to come in with Candlelit, and I'm going to focus on areas that just don't have that even skin tone. I'm not going to touch everything on my face. I'm not going to touch here because this is a lighter area. I'm focusing where I have red and discoloration. Okay? So into my cheeks, but again, I'm not going to go over this because I just applied coverage there. So I am going to just focus on those areas. Again, notice I'm keeping a super light hand. And if you want to just like if you're just used to putting makeup all over your face and it just feels weird to not touch areas, then what I would recommend is just like take the brush and blend it out, but don't put extra product on it, okay? So just worry about that it's seamlessly blended rather than adding product where it doesn't need to go, because the worst thing we want to do is add extra product. If you feel texture on your face with this makeup, it's one of two reasons. One, you have too light of a color, and that's creating texture, and we need to get you recolor matched for your season or whatever it is. And two would be that you're applying too much product. So I'm going to teach you how to make sure you're blending appropriately. So just focusing, like I said, on the areas of redness. As you can see, I have some lovely blemishes right now, and I'll go over and spot treat those, and I'll teach you how to do that. So focusing on areas of redness. Okay, so that was my dark highlight. Now I'm going to come in with my light highlight. Your dark highlight and your light highlight, don't think of these as traditional highlights. These are what replace your foundation on your face, okay? So actually, I lied. I'm going to come in with my dark highlight and just prime my lids. I have obviously a lot of redness in my lids, so I'm going to come in there and just address that a little bit. Again, so I'm using the smaller side for this one. Same concept, okay? Okay, now I'm coming with my light highlight, so this is to brighten. So we added shadows, we neutralized, and now we're brightening, okay? So where you're going to brighten is the bridge of your nose. So you're going to... So you just, if you contour especially, we're going to brighten the area that we want to draw attention to, not the parts that we kind of want to cancel out. Okay, so brightening up the bridge of our nose. I like to do a little bit above my brows. And then, okay, so what we're used to, what we're taught with traditional makeup in the beauty industry is to take our concealer and create this huge triangle of lightness under our eyes. And that is so unnecessary. Regardless of if you're doing full glam or not, it's just not necessary. Because it's just about placing the product in the right spot. Okay? So I'm going to take this in. I'm going to go in my light highlight. And I'm going to focus on my inner corner of my eye. Notice that I'm going to kind of go up onto my nose a little bit. Okay? So I brighten that up. And then I'm going to take the big end and I'm going to focus on the outer part up into my temple. Okay? And then I'm going to make sure it's blended. But look what I just did. I just brightened up this whole under eye area and I didn't touch this whole section. So if you want to brighten your whole under eye, I'm not ever going to tell you that the way you're doing your makeup is wrong. I'm just hopefully educating you on how to do it maybe a little bit better. Okay, and more. Especially for this natural coverage look. If you're going for natural coverage, you wouldn't want this big triangle anyways. So, up into the nose on this side, just a little bit. And then I'll flip it over, up into that temple. And that creates our illusion of brightness, even though I didn't create this big triangle. If you want to brighten your chin a little bit, or your Cupid's bow, those are areas people typically like to brighten. And then typically this is more full coverage look, but if you just want to kind of swipe your light highlight under here, or if you have redness, that's where your dark highlight will go. But it just kind of depends on your face. If you do get color matched by me, what I like to do is kind of send you a little diagram of your face, and I'll literally draw on your face, and I'll tell you exactly where to put each product that fits your face. So don't feel it's not confusing. I'm going to help you. I'm going to be right here with you. So we're going to do this together. Okay, so I just did our 3D foundation. This is what it's comprised of. So we did our contour. Sorry. Our contour, we created shadows, we neutralized with our dark highlight, and then we came in and brightened. And it really is just like a layer of second skin, you guys. Like, there's no cakiness on my face. I don't feel anything on my face. Like, if I wasn't looking, I would not know the difference that I have it. But I'm still able to add in that dimension without just, like, you know, placing some tinted moisturizer on my face. So